Hi guys, so I'm now in my 6th year farming, and in all honesty I've been largely successful. Now it's not like I haven't had my challenges, it's not like I haven't had bad times. I've certainly had really terrible times. I mean, times where I've lost quite a number of bad times, where I've had guys stealing from me, times where I actually even first paused farming. I think there's a time I paused farming for like, I think 6 months with no birds, no nothing on the commercial layer farm, and I was only concentrating on the breeder farm. Of course, at that point, I had had a fall typhoid outbreak and I was letting the farm to rest. And you know, I was just trying to resuscitate myself to try and get back, yeah? But I've also had really good times, like really good times, and I've managed to be successful over a time that a lot of people would actually consider to be quite a short time. Now, unfortunately, that's not the story for most farmers that I do know. It doesn't matter the realm, whether they are doing cattle, whether they are doing, you know, growing of coffee, whether they are doing poultry like me. Most farmers usually struggle throughout their farming journeys, and usually they have to, you know, support their farms using sources of income from other, you know, kinds of things like that. For me though, God has helped me in that I have been able to crack the trick that ensures that I am consistently successful. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the one reason, the main thing that I do believe has caused most farmers to actually struggle and fail and not thrive, yeah? Those who are existent are literally just surviving. You want to thrive, you don't want to just survive, yeah? Personally, when I started out on this farm, I started with just a few chickens. I started with 800 chickens, yeah? On this farm alone, I'm almost doing 10,000 right now. That's more than 10 times the growth, yeah, in just 6 years. So how the hell do you do that? How do you make that possible? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing that, and stick around with me right through to the very end. If you're wondering who I am, I'm Dr. Daniel, a retired medical doctor who is very passionate about farming. And if this is your very first time on the channel, on this channel I talk about everything to do with farming, mainly chickens, but also other types of animals. And so if you want to learn that, if that's what you want to become, come on, hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, because we are here to grow, and you're going to be mesmerized at what you can learn right here. So I do remember clearly when I started out with my farm, yeah, there were a lot of fears, and those fears were not really built up by me. No, those fears were built up by others who I tried to consult before I started the farm, yeah? Now, of course, the one thing that I do believe in is that before you start something, you try to do as much research about it as possible. So personally, I read as much as possible about poultry farming, you know, went to different places, reading, checking out as much info as I can get. But you can't get everything from reading books, no, you can't, yeah? Some of the things you have to visit people, you have to physically interact with people and ask people, yeah? And I asked so many people, and a lot of people were telling me that, hey, farming is so difficult, you're going to struggle, you're going to fail. You see, it's a different thing when you tell someone that, you know, yeah, you're going into farming, it does have challenges, you might find a few difficulties, but they can be overcome. I mean, if you get the right knowledge, if you get the right skill, if you got the right experience, if you get the right people to direct you through, you can certainly make it, and you can actually make it big. It's different though if the people are telling you that, hey, farming is actually difficult, poultry farming is difficult, chickens die, you know, things they struggle, it will be difficult for you to find market, workers steal from you. You know what that creates in you? The worst thing that you can ever need. That's called fear. And fear is the main reason as to why most farmers fail, yeah? It is fear, it's like the main reason, yeah? For me, personally, every time I talk to people and I'm telling them, for example, about raising chickens, they'll tell me, but are they going to die? And the chicken's going to die, and they're going to die. And I know where it has come from, yeah? It has come from other experiences of other people. But can I tell you something quite interesting, yeah? Most of the experiences from most of the people you hear about or know about are bad experiences, because those people just don't know what they're doing, yeah? So they're not focused and they just don't know what they're doing. I'll tell you what I have personally done to ensure that I have really good experiences and that I develop the boldness and confidence that ensure that I succeed. Number one, I learn from my mistakes, yeah? I always learn from my mistakes. Every time that I do have something really terrible happening on the farm, for example, I have chickens dying, I have a worker stealing from me, I have all these kinds of things, no. No. I make sure that I learn from that mistake and ensure that that mistake never ever happens on the farm again. Yeah. And like I've always shared before, every time you do that, then you have less mistakes the next time. You have less and less and less mistakes with time, and that increases your chance of success. That increases your chance of making it to the top. Yeah. So you need to make sure that, you know, you are more emboldened towards action than running away. Yeah. And the main reason people run away again is because of fear. Yeah. So people in the end up being too passive. I would say passive. Passive is like the best word. Yeah. Passive and nice. Yeah. You need to stop being nice, guys. That's the honest truth. You need to stop being nice. Yeah. And the reason a lot of people are nice is because, number one, they have fear, and, you know, they don't have confidence. They don't have confidence in the kinds of things that they are doing. You will lack confidence if you don't have the right knowledge, number one. You will lack confidence if you don't trust your ability to actually lead people. Yeah. In the end, it's all about leadership. Yeah. That's the one thing I always tell people. I've had a lot of people approach me, and, you know, they have challenges on the farm. I'm talking to them about this challenge and that challenge and that challenge. And the one thing that I notice is that their leadership skills are terrible. Yeah. They are really, really terrible. Like, you know, they're not meant to be a leader. It's difficult for you to actually be a business owner if you're not a leader, if you don't carry traits and characteristics of a leader. Because for you to be a business owner, you're going to have to give instructions. Yeah, I personally do have guys. I mean, right here you can see we are building a tank stand. Yeah, you see this is a tank stand. It's going to be carrying 20,000 liters. It's built from reinforced concrete. Yeah, so the guys have been building today. We're in like the final stages. I think the next 2 days are like the final stages. At the top, we're going to be pouring the beam and the slab at the top. And I have been like the proper leader in this project. Yeah. Now, of course, I'm not an engineer, but I'm brilliant enough to be able to understand the plan and things like that. And if I were not here, these guys, I mean, it's very difficult to trust people. Yeah. If I were not here to follow the guys through, sometimes the guys don't even understand the thing. Yeah. Or even when they are here, you'll just find them seated, chilling, you know, working really slowly, and you have to direct them, tell them, hey guys, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. I may not be telling them all the technical details, but you can give direction and leadership. Yeah. And that's the whole purpose of leadership. If I was not present as a leader, this would probably be like, you know, 2 weeks behind in terms of the progress that we could have gotten. Yeah. But because I've been here and I've been trying, you know, to push it and all those things, we have gotten to this point. Same exact thing when it does come to maybe the workers on the farm, you know, the workers who are working on the farm and all these kinds of things. You need to make sure that you are taking leadership over them. The people can literally see authority in you. Yeah. Now, you don't need to be authoritarian. You don't need to be the kind of person who is, you know, very tough and scary, someone that they would want to run away from. No, you don't want to be like that. But you want to be a proper leader. Yeah. You want to be someone that they can look up to. You want to be someone that they can trust. You want to be someone that when they look at, you're not timid because you're fearing, because you're worried about what's going to happen next. Yeah. The interesting bit is that energy flows. Yeah. I mean, if the workers look at you and you don't seem to be sure about the things you're doing, you don't seem to be the courageous kind of person, it's going to flow down to the workers. It's going to flow down to the sales team. Yeah. Sometimes I'll get back here and then I'll find, you know, the sales have probably slacked a bit. Yeah. Way below what I expect, and I'll call the people who are in charge of the sales and tell them, hey guys, what's happening? Yeah, what's going on? What have you been doing over the past few days? How have you been doing it? Okay, now let's sit down. What can we do to change it? Yeah, of course you've been doing this and it's not working. How can we change it? Do you think this will help? From your experience, you're the one who has been outside there trying to sell. Do you think this is a good idea or a terrible idea? Yeah, you need to come up proactively and interact with the people proactively. If you do that, then you increase your chances of success. And guys, this is not only in poultry business, it's not only in farming business, this is literally in all lines of business. Yeah, you need to make sure that you cast fear out of your heart. You need to make sure that you lead with boldness. Yeah, that's the one thing I've thrived at, and I personally believe that's the one thing that has helped, you know, me and all the other guys, you know, the people at the farm, to actually have great success on the farm. Yeah. So if you develop this trait, you're going to be mesmerized at how well things do turn out on your side. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. And I've made a video about the proper methods for raising chickens for you to actually be successful. I'll leave a link to that video in the description of this video. Yeah. Catch you very soon with another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.